Hello students! It abstracts these electrons from oxygen. So it is going to, so when it comes here, this double bond comes here, and now it is intermolecular. It is going to form this plus or minus and readily. Welcome to the series of organic chemistry name reactions. Dear students, today we are going to learn very important name reaction, that is Fries rearrangement. What it is? It is the rearrangement of phenyl esters. This is phenyl acetate. Phenyl acetate upon heating in presence of Lewis acid. Let me take aluminum chloride. It is going to give the mixture of ortho and para acyl phenols. This is ortho acyl phenol plus para acyl phenol. This is para acyl phenol. Yes, students. So this is ortho and this is para. Yes. So what it is? Phenyl esters. Phenyl ester upon heating in presence of Lewis acid. This is Lewis acid. We can take other Lewis acids also. Lewis acid. Yes. Ferric chloride, aluminum chloride, tin tetrachloride, like that. You can take other Lewis acids also. The common reagent used in the Fries rearrangement is aluminum chloride. It is going to give ortho and para mixture. Yes. So it is going to give the mixture of these acetophenones of phenols, orthoacyl phenol and para-acyl phenol. How to prepare this? It can be prepared. For example, I can take CO, here R, or it can be alkyl or aryl. Yes, this phenol in presence of pyridine, it is going to give this phenyl acetate. This phenyl acetate upon Fries rearrangement is going to give ortho and para mixture. Yes, students, let us see the mechanism. Mechanism of this Fries rearrangement is both are accepted, that is intramolecular and intermolecular. Intermolecular. Let me check intermolecular first. Intermolecular reaction mechanism, it is of two steps reaction, two steps mechanism. Two steps means first it is going to generate the reagent. Let us see. So when I take this phenyl acetate, dear student, don't confuse, always it is going to be the phenyl acetate. So I can put here R also. So let me write R. This R is equal to alkyl or aryl. It can be aryl also. Aryl estates also will undergo Fries rearrangement. So let me write R. Here the first step is aluminum chloride. So what it is? Aluminum chloride is a Lewis acid. It abstracts these electrons from oxygen and to give this oxonium ion O. Let me write aluminum. Here plus charge O CH3 and here I will write chlorine like this. Yes, students. So this is what is the intermediate. Now what happens? It is going to lose acylium cation. Acylium ion is going to be come out. So this is what it is going to come out. Yes, minus chloride and acylium ion. So what it is? It is very important. CH3, similar to our Friedel-Crafts reactions. This is the reagent electrophile. Electrophile is the reagent. Electrophilic substitution type, right? Electrophile. Acylium ion. Acylium ion is the first step where the formation of acylium ion is going to take place. So minus acylium ion, it is floating in the reaction mixture. That is why it is known as intermolecular. Now what is the compound left now? So this is benzene ring is intact. So now this is O, it has come, so no more positive. Let me write aluminium this side, aluminium. How many chlorines are there? Left over chlorine, 2 chlorines are there. Yes, it is stable now. There is no confusion. Now what happens? This Silium ion, this CH3CuO plus is going to be taken up by this ortho or para. Let me write with ortho. So it is going to taken up by this ortho. It takes up this electrons or this bond with this Silium ion to give this ortho substituted compound. Ortho substituted, that means this is O, CH3. Since it will be there will be one hydrogen here. I am writing O, and I can write this side also, chloride. And what else? Here it is there. Now what is there? This is carbocation. Here it is carbocation. Now it is going to lose this hydrogen, and already there is one chloride ion. It is going to lose as minus HCl to give, this is the intermediate, where this is O, Al, Cl2, and here ortho substituted acyl phenol. Now when I add water, it is going to hydrolyze this aluminum chloride to give this phenol. Ortho acyl phenol is going to be formed, students. So at this stage, even if I react this with this, let us react it with this para, what I am going to get? Para substituted. Let me write para also. Right here, para I am going to write. Yes, students, you can understand the mechanism, but for your simple understanding, I am writing. So CH3 here, O, Al, Cl2. Right? What is there here? Positive charge. But this positive charge, yes, this positive charge, what is there here? Hydrogen is here. Now what happens? It takes up this loses hydrogen and gives minus HCl to give this type of compound. What it is? So this is going to give this para substituted CO, CH3. Now remaining will be the same O, Al, Cl2. Right, students? So minus HCl. Now when I add water, it is going to give para substituted compound. Ortho and para mixture, that is what I am going to get. Is it clear, students? This is intermolecular. Let us see intramolecular, where there is no question of removal of this acylium ion into the reaction mixture. It will be along with the same substrate and it is going to rearrange to ortho and para. So both mechanisms are accepted by the community and both are in force. Yes. So you can write this are concerted. That intramolecular mechanism is going to be the concerted mechanism. Let me explain that also. Yes, students. So intramolecular mechanism, reaction mechanism. This is concerted, means it is single step. Since previous one is 2 steps, it is single step mechanism. Yes. So concerted, there is no question of removal of this reagent and float in the reaction mixture. So let me explain. What is the first step? Same thing. It is going to accept, this is phenyl acetate. Yes, you can write, instead of methyl you can take R also. Okay, let me write R. And it will accept this aluminum chloride with this lone pair of electrons. Since it is Lewis acid, it is going to take up that lone pair electrons to form oxonium ion. Let me write this Al and Cl3 here, here and here, and then this is CO, CH3, R. I will write R here. Yes, so there is no confusion. Now what is the charge here? Oxonium ion. Now this takes up here, right? So please pay the attention, students. It is going to form here. It is coming here, it is coming out, and this aluminum chloride where this aluminum chloride, since it is forming bond here, it is having negative charge. To satisfy that negative charge, it is losing this chlorine, right? So what is going to form now? It is going to form, let me write, minus chlorine. Yes, minus chloride has gone. Now this is the double bond intact here, O, yes, and aluminium, chlorine and chlorine. Yes, students. So what is there here? It is positive charge on this. Now this is O CH3, isn't it? So concerted reaction mechanism, students. Now what is going to happen? There will be hydrogen, isn't it? Here there will be one hydrogen. This hydrogen, yes, it goes up and it loses hydrogen as HCl. It is going to form what it is. Let me write, ortho substituted. This is O Al Cl2, and here double bond has come. Now this is ortho substituted. You can write R. Let me write R here, no confusion, R, yes. So this upon hydrolysis water, it is going to give this ortho substituted acyl phenol. Yes, students. So same thing at this stage, if I, yes, I can write like this also. So since it is free, even here also, when it comes here, it goes up, it moves here, yes. So it moves here, I am rubbing it off. So when it comes here, this double bond comes here, and now it will be taken up by this. And let me write what is going to be formed. This is double bond, and now it is going to be aluminum chloride and AlCl2 minus chloride has gone. Yes, so this is positive charge, and here COCH3, right, students? This is positive charge, and here hydrogen is here. Yes. Now what happens? It is very simple. This is goes up to this, and here it comes here, and this hydrogen will give this double bond, and to give, this is the intermediate where we are going to aromatize here. This is concerted reaction mechanism, students. AlCl2 and here COCH3. Yes, when I add water, it is going to give this para-acyl phenol. So this is concerted, means single step. There is no question of removal and addition. Yes. So the major role is, this is the reagent, aluminum chloride is going to play the role. So this is how ortho and para mixtures are going to be formed in a single reaction. Dear students, for example, if I take Friedel-Crafts acylation, what is Friedel-Crafts acylation? So if I take benzene, yes, and if I add CH3, Cl and ferric, same aluminum chloride, on benzene is acylation takes place. On benzene it gives acylation, COCH3, acylation. This is Friedel-Crafts acylation. But when it is substituted with phenol, so same reagent, so this is not going to form. This is not going to be formed because it is going to lose this H and chlorine H plus, and it is going to form ester type compound, and this yield is very low in Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. So the best ways to prepare this acyl phenols is the way by Fries rearrangement. That is why this reaction plays a major role in synthetic organic chemistry. The ratio of this mixture depends on, for example, temperature. At high temperature, more than 100 degrees centigrades, yes, ortho is more. Ortho is going to be major. Ortho major at greater than 100 degrees centigrade. If you do the reaction, the ortho product going to be the major product. So below 100 degrees centigrade, the para is going to be the major product. Para is going to be the major product. Why? Yes, students, it is very simple. It is having hydrogen bonding. Let me write ortho compound. This hydrogen bonding So this is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So because of this intramolecular hydrogen bonding, this compound is thermodynamically stable. So at high temperature, this is going to be the major product. Ortho isomer is going to be the major product. What about this? Whereas para compound, it is having intermolecular. For example, this is, let me write CO, CH3, and there will be other molecule of this same para compound. So hydrogen bonding, here it is, and this is acetophenone. Yes, friends. So this is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it is very weak. This is weak bond. Yes, this is strong bond. This is intramolecular is strong. Yes, hydrogen bond will be strong bond. Yes, it is weak. So because of weak intermolecular hydrogen bonding at high temperature, this is going to form. If you want major product of para isomer, do the reaction at low temperature, that is less than 100 degrees centigrade. Because of this this hydrogen bonding, it is thermodynamically stable. This is thermodynamically unstable. However, usually the boiling points of don't confuse, boiling point of ortho substrate will be low boiling point, whereas para boiling point will be high boiling point. So boiling point, it is the temperature at which liquid converts into vapor. So that is the boiling point. So when it comes to ortho substrate, it is low, whereas para substrate is going to be high. So usually how will you separate these two? By steam distillation. Separation method is steam distillation. So when you get these two compounds separated by steam distillation. So how to do steam distillation? So there is a process where this steam distills first this ortho comes out first, ortho substrate first comes out, because its boiling point is low. So because of this intramolecular hydrogen bonding, so the water molecule will pick up this as an handle and brings this ortho substituted phenol first outside as distillate. Then it follows, after ortho you will get para compound. Yes, students. So ortho and para can be separated by steam distillation. It is very, very important, students. So please remember steam distillation. Yes, steam distillation separation. Then how to know whether it is having intramolecular or intermolecular? How do you identify? It is very simple, students. So to know intramolecular and intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the best method is IR spectroscopy, isn't it? Spectroscopy. Hydrogen bonding can be identified. Or OH stretch will be identified in IR spectroscopy. What happens if I take intramolecular hydrogen bonding or the compound having intramolecular and I make dilution, say 1 molar solution, and it is showing 1 molar solution hydrogen bonding. Please pay the attention, students. Pay your attention. Hydrogen bonding. Yes, So if I dilute it, suppose 0.5 molar solution, is it going to show hydrogen bonding or not? Yes, it will continue. So constant. It will have constant, same hydrogen bonding. There will be no change in IR spectroscopy. When it comes to intermolecular, for example, at 1 molar solution, for example, concentrated solution is showing hydrogen bonding, hydrogen bond. But if you dilute it 0.1 molar, so no hydrogen bond, no hydrogen bond. Why? Because the molecules of these two are away from each other, That is why you will not find hydrogen bonding stretch in IR spectroscopy. This is how the mixture what you are going to get can be identified whether it is ortho or para. So the first point, the affecting factor which depends on the ratio of this, or else simply you can write 50-50, but based on the temperature at which you are conducting the reaction, it depends. So temperature one factor, and second factor solvent. Yes, solvent. Since I said temperature, solvent, high temperature, for example, if I take xylene, yes, ortho para metaxylene, or dear students, the solvent here can be used as nitrobenzene. It is very important, students. Please remember this. Don't confuse whether you see nitrobenzene, it is going to react with this. Nitrobenzene is a solvent. Nitrobenzene can be used as solvent. Yes. So this is highly important point in this reaction. So the solvent can be nitrobenzene. Yes. So these are all high boiling solvents. If I use these solvents, I am going to get ortho. If I use low boiling solvent, for example, carbon disulfide, its boiling point is around 50 degrees centigrades. So what is the major product in this case? So this case I am going to get para as major product. Solvent and sometimes catalyst also. So catalyst, if I use catalyst, usually I use aluminum chloride. Yes, ferric chloride. Based on your substrate, that catalyst selectivity depends. So usual catalyst in this Fries rearrangement is aluminum chloride, Lewis acid. Yes. So even zinc chloride also can be used. Anyhow, don't confuse. So remember aluminum chloride as a catalyst. So catalyst loading means how many moles are you going to use, like that. Substituent effect. Electron withdrawing groups. For example, if I take halogen, bromine substituted compound, retards the rate of reaction. Slow downs the rate of reaction. Yes, it is very important, student. If I take nitrobenzene, nitrogen substituted compound, nitrobenzene, yes, nitrobenzene is a solvent. So you are not going to expect reaction on this nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene can be used as, this is electron withdrawing group. Nitrobenzene can be used as solvent because it is not undergoes this Fries rearrangement. Its boiling point is high, so it can be used as solvent in Fries rearrangement. This is very important, students. So electron withdrawing groups, for example, bromine and nitro. So nitro is not going to be react in this reaction, but however, for example, bromo, chloro, iodo compounds can be used in this, and if the compound is substituted with bromine, it is going to be slow. Whereas electron donating groups favors the reaction. Yes, speed. Let us take for example, if I take this para-methyl OCO CS3, so the rate of reaction will be high compared to this simple phenyl acetate. Yes, simple phenyl acetate followed by this bromo substituted. Dear students, these are all very important factors and important points to be noted, because this type of questions you will expect in entrance exams. For example, JAM, CSIR, IIT, JEE Mains, NEET, whatever may be the entrance test, you will get this type of questions. So the substituent, which is substituted electron donating group, this is electron donating group and this is electron withdrawing group, right? Withdrawing group slow downs the rate of reaction. So this is slow reaction. This is fast reaction. Yes, students. So this is how substrate or substituent effect is going to be found in Fries rearrangement. Yes, students. Let us take these examples and see what are the compounds we are going to get. Compound A. Let me write this ortho methyl compound. Ortho, when it is substituted phenyl acetate in presence of aluminum chloride. Sometimes there is no need of solvent also. You can take nitrobenzene CS to whatever is solvent. It depends on all your choice. Yes. So it is going to give, what do you expect? Yes, it is not going to give meta. Meta is not going to be formed. Yes. So this side ortho is blocked. When it sees ortho, this side is chance is there. But the major product what we are going to get is para substituted. This is para. Rearranged product is going to be formed major. This is major product. So remember this major. Yes, I can write here minor compound also. Let me write this CH3 OH and this side OCH3. Yes, students. So this is minor, because when it is rearranging, so when the moment it sees ortho position, this side it is blocked and the probability is only this side. So instead of here para is free, vacant, it directly rearranges to para position. Gives major. So if I take this B compound, so this is meta, methyl phenyl acetate. When I do the same reaction in presence of aluminum chloride under heating reaction conditions, what I am going to get, this meta is blocked. So when it is wants to rearrange to here it is some obstacle is there. This is meta position is obstacle. It is stopping to rearrange to para. So what we are going to get is ortho is going to be the major product. Ortho. This is ortho's rearranged product is going to be the major. Ortho is major. Yes, ortho major in this case. Yes, why? When it wants to migrate or rearrange to here, it is obstacle is there. So it is not allowing to move further. So that is why it simply arranges to here. And what is other product? What you can expect? This is para. Let me write for your understanding. Methyl here. This is O, CH3 and here OH. So this is minor. Don't remember this minor. Yes. So these are all no need to remember. Yes. The major product. Major is important here. However, suppose if I take this para substituted. This para position is methyl and here OCH3, COCH3. So para methyl phenyl acetate. Yes, what is going to be the product? And only one compound you are going to get. Only one compound, that could be 100%. 100% product is going to be the only one product. What it is? It is methyl is here, isn't it? So this is ortho is going to be the only one product and this is 100%. That means here there is, whether it rearranges to this side or this side, both are same. So that is why you are going to get 100% of ortho. So this is how, when the ortho position is blocked, it is going to give para as major. When meta is blocked, it is going to give ortho as major. When it is para is blocked or substituted with methyl group or some other group, it is going to give this ortho compound as 100%. Whatever may be the yield of percentage, but the product is going to be the single product. This is what. So these three compounds are going to give. Let us take this catechol ester. Yes, students, let us take this D and C. So this is catechol. This is catechol. Orthohydroxyphenol is catechol. Yes. So catechol diester or catechol ester CH3 COCH3. Yes, catechol ester, catechol diacetate ester in presence of aluminum chloride under heating reaction conditions. So what are the positions available? This is ortho to here and this is para to here. And what about this? This is ortho and this is para to this. Yes. So all chances are there. 4 centers are there. But what is the product what we are going to get? Let us see. This is OH and OH, and here ortho to this phenol is going to be the minor compound. This is the minor compound. Yes, because so when it is substituting, it is rearranging. This is going to be the meta to here. So meta to here, it is not going to allow this. So 2,3-dihydroxy. It is very simple, self-explanatory. 2,3-dihydroxy acetophenone. Yes, students. So whether it is coming this acyl group or this acyl group. So when it is ortho to here, but it is meta to here, that is why it is not going to form. Yes. So what is going to happen? The major product plus, what is the major product? What we are going to get? The major product, let us see. This is OH. I am not going to disturb these OH. And here para COCH3. Yes. So I am not going to confuse you. Here OH and OH. If I write here also, what is there? So this is para from here, this is para to here. But what is the compound? For example, let me write 1, 2, 3, 4. 3,4-dihydroxy. Yes, this is 3,4-dihydroxy. What is this? 3,4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3,4-dihydroxy. So both the compounds are same. So let me write only one here. Yes. So 3,4-dihydroxy acetophenone is going to be the major compound. Yes. So major product is going to be the 3,4-dihydroxy because it is para to this, and both the hydroxy groups, para group is going to be the major product. The probability is very less here, whereas this para probability is very high. That is why we are going to get major compound as para substituted or para rearranged compound. Yes, students. Let us take other compound, diphenyl. Diphenyl, what is going to happen? Example E. Yes. So what is this? Diphenyl compound. It is very, very important, students. It is going to establish the mechanism of intermolecular, or what I said, two-step mechanism, where acyl cation is going to float in the reaction mixture. So based on this, it is accepted that it is going to be the intermolecular. Right? When I take this, let us take the same aluminum chloride, and when I heat it, so if here nothing is here, what is the probability? It is going to give ortho as major. Yes, in methyl substituted we have seen ortho as major. Let me write ortho. COCH3 OH. Yes, but it is having this phenyl substituent. So this is ortho is going to be the major compound. However, it is going to, meta is not going to form this phenyl ring. It is going to form this phenyl substituted compound. This phenyl substituted compound it is going to form. So based on this example, it is accepted that it is intermolecular. It is intermolecular. It is going to form this para-acyl. Yes. So though it is minor compound, the mechanism where this CH3 acyl carbocation is going to float in the reaction mixture. So based on this formation, it is accepted that intermolecular. Yes students, so this is major, this is minor compound. Let us take the important, very important compound where we will prepare heart stimulant, that is adrenaline, preparation of adrenaline drug. Yes students, preparation of adrenaline. Yes, it is plus or minus mixture of isomers, plus or minus, this is heart stimulant. Yes students, let us see this preparation. Start with catechol. This is catechol, OH and OH, and when I treat it with this CH2, chloroacetyl chloride, this is in presence of pyridine, is a catalyst, base catalyst. Yes, I can do in dichloromethane or chlorinated solvents this reaction. So OH will be same here, O, CO, CH2, Cl. This upon rearrangement using aluminum chloride in presence of carbon disulfide, low boiling solvent, this is low temperature, say it is 50 degrees only. Upon heating at about 50 degrees centigrade, aluminum chloride, so this is Fries rearrangement, yes. So under low temperature, what could be the major product students? Under low temperature, para is going to be the major product. Yes, so let me write para. Yes, so this is OH, this OH, don't worry, or this OH, no doubt. So this is CO, CH2, Cl. This is para substituted, para rearranged, para compound. Yes, is going to be the major compound. Yes, in previous example also we got para as major. In this also, though we are using low boiling solvent at 50 degrees, so we are getting para. It is the required compound. Now what I do? Methylamine, NH2, CH3. When I treat with methylamine, this is going to lose minus HCl and it is going to give this amine compound OH. Yes, so this is OH, CO and CH2, NH, CH3. Yes students, this upon reduction using, for example, catalytic hydrogenation, palladium carbon, or I can use sodium borohydrate, whatever may be the reagent, you choose yourself. So upon reduction, it is going to give, this is the compound which is adrenaline. Yes, so this is OH and this is OH, and here it is going to have this OH this side. Yes, hydrogen and CH2, NH, CH3. Yes students, so this is plus or minus adrenaline. This is how you can use the Fries rearrangement for the preparation of adrenaline. So it is very important compound in medicinal chemistry where you can prepare adrenaline medicine for the treatment of heart stimulant, as the heart stimulant. Yes students, this is how you can utilize this Fries rearrangement. Yes students, one more point I would like to share with you, that is this reaction, what I explained is thermal reaction. What it is? Thermal, heating. So heating, thermal. Yes, thermal reaction is ionic type. Thermal reaction is ionic mechanism. There is a photochemical Fries rearrangement also is known, that is light mediated Fries rearrangement. This is free radical mechanism, it follows. Yes friends, remaining everything same. Yes, general, this is heating under thermal reaction that follows ionic mechanism. If it is photochemical reaction in presence of light, the mechanism follows free radical mechanism. Yes students, I hope you understand this reaction and you enjoyed this topic. Dear students, please subscribe my channel Venus Academy if you are not yet subscribed, and don't forget to click on like button and bell button. Bye. Sayonara. All the best. We'll meet again with a new name reaction. Till then, bye.